around his hat, his big smile. He'd been dressed in scruffy jeans with a large-brimmed Stetson, probably his dad's, sizes too big for him. He was twirling a thick new rope his dad had just bought for him. "I'm the sheriff," he said importantly, "and I need to find some bandits. I'm on the trail of that bad one, Cassa. Where is she?" When Lorene didn't answer, he threatened, "You two better watch out. I want you to know I'm the best sheriff in these parts." Lorene backed away and began to run. "Hey, come back here, Rennie," he cried, using that nickname Ethan knew she didn't like. He chased after her. She had visions of the rope in his hand, although she didn't dare look back. She couldn't let him catch her. He was probably still mad because they wouldn't let him lasso them and tie them up. Inside the dark barn, Cassa had caught up with the kitten. "Ma says leave those kitties alone. They're dirty. You're not to play with them." Ethan had reached out to grab the kitten from Cassa's arms. Cassa gave a loud shriek and shoved at her brother. It seemed the two were always fighting. The sudden noise and motion caused the kitten to panic, and it leaped from her arms and darted up into the loft. Cassa hastily climbed the ladder that was nailed against the frame. Lorene could see her at the top, chasing after the kitten. Then she disappeared from view. Lorene, face turned upward, stopped and looked up at them. Her dad had made her promise never to climb up into the loft. "There's too much danger of your falling," he'd warned. No matter how much she wanted to follow Cassa to the top, she remained below. Her dad would be picking her up any minute, and she couldn't be up there when he came. Her gaze remained fastened on the loft. She didn't look around, but was aware that Ethan wasn't behind her any longer. She did recall wondering where he'd gone and thinking that she should be on the alert, for she was sure he intended to capture them and bring them to justice. Lorene waited, and a mist descended, cloaking everything in frightening silence. She caught a glimpse of the big-eared kitten peering down over the edge of the loft, watching her from a safe distance with eyes as big as moons. As Lorene watched, the cat disappeared from view. Then she heard a noise like the pathetic cry of a small animal in pain. The memory always stopped there, leaving an ominous void filled only with that terrible cry. It rang in her ears now, repeating again and again. The room seemed suddenly hot, sweltering. She felt lightheaded, faint. "Lorene?" The instructor was standing above the desk chair, concern clear in his eyes. "Are you feeling all right?" She knew she had given an audible gasp. Lorene forced a smile. "Fine," she replied. She glanced down at the notebook in her hands. She hastily tore out the paper and crumpled it into her pocket, instinctively knowing what she had written there was not anything she wanted to share. After the class was over, Lorene sank down on the steps, still feeling a little dazed. Although her dad had told her not to come back to Kansas, she knew he needed her now, and that he would recover from the light stroke if he took ordinary care of himself. She felt it was up to her to make sure that he did. It had been difficult for her to leave her home and the huge university, where in another year she planned to graduate with a concentration in English. Yet her decision to return to Kansas had been final. She knew she would never go back to New York. Not that she'd given up her own goals, which had prompted her to touch base with the local community college. Lorene clamped a hand over her forehead and tried not to cry. She wished she had not enrolled in this class. It had opened up memories from the past that had from time to time continued to haunt her. Behind her, one of the big doors swung open, and soon Seth Hughes was sitting beside her on the steps. He remained silent for a while. "Lorene," he said, "I can't help noticing how upset you are. What went wrong in there?" She cast him a brief glance, aware of his tall, slender frame and his well-defined features, even more handsome without the glasses. She liked his pale gray eyes that could change so quickly from stern and formal to gentle and understanding. "Do you want to talk about it?" How could he understand? How could anyone understand that overpowering emotion that had swept over her? That sensation that she had witnessed something terrible, that panic-edged sense of pure fear. "Just a random memory that came back to me," she managed to say. "Not a pleasant one, I take it," he returned. Then